forget one more thing. Okay, now we can start.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Suvi, how have you been?
Been good. Been good. Life. Life has been good. How have you been?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain too much.
That's good. Looking good.
Thank you. I'm wearing my Teledoc T-shirt.
Oh, nice. Reminiscing, I see.
No, it's just whatever's clean, and I picked it up. What fits and is clean, I'll wear, right? So,
Yeah, as long as it does the job, right?
all right. So let's talk about. So we didn't have a podcast last week.
Yeah,
So
because uh, I didn't do anything that I was supposed to do. But here we are. I have progress. I
but
was
there's lots to
so
report, right? Lots to report today.
Yeah, lots to report, and I was so ecstatic yesterday when I finally figured it out because it was a lot of processing. Honestly, funnel marketing is not as simple as they make it to be, and I still feel like I've only scratched like maybe 30% of what I need to know about it. But at least it was like it gave me a sense of, oh, okay, these are the steps I need to do in order to launch one. So
Mhm.
that's when I was like, yes, I was just cussing and walking around so happily when I sent you that message.
It's like crushed. I just crushed phone marketing. What's next?
I swear. Then I also did the chatbot aspect of it, which I don't know if they've responded to it. So what happened is I got the code to embed the Vigne. I can't even say it. Widget,
Uh,
not Vijay, widget.
yeah, I had no idea what you were talking about for a second there. Like, what? I was not like, yeah, vision.
Yes, I figured out how to put Vijay on top of my website.
Yeah.
But it's like the sticker that's just plastered on it. And it
Mhm.
does not look like how I want it to be. I want it to be like how it would just hover on top in the corner, but there's no option for that. So I emailed them. Like there was two separate codes. One was an iframe code and one was a script code. And so I tried both, and neither of them do what I wanted it to do. So I emailed them asking about how I can, make it look cool, like how chatbots pop up on the corner like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't really checked my email because this was yesterday. But would you want to see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I need visualization of what's going on.
All
So
right,
I'm
let's.
guessing they don't let you like modify the look and feel.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a separate code for that because it's not Wix. Because Wix, whatever I put on there, it just generates basically. So I think it's something to do with chat base itself, like some kind of code difference. Because it's let me just pull it up and start sharing with you. Let's see over here. Okay, so what I had. Oh, I don't even see it anymore. I guess it's gone.
Yeah, it's
Um,
not rendering.
oh, yeah. Okay, here. Let me share the screen with you. Where's my share screen option? Present. Share screen. Share screen. This guy. Share. Okay. So, do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the Learn with Suvi page. So I figured, okay, I can put the chat here. But do you see how it's just like this little sticker?
Uh-huh.
So, I want it. Can you see where the mouse is? I want it
Yep.
kind of like hovering over here, like how it is normally on most websites. and no matter what I try, it just does this, and this is just, and it goes away when I scroll. Like, it doesn't like move with the.
So do you have? So you could try the iframe tactic where you embed it into the.
This is the iframe.
Oh, so the iframe is a little widget, and it doesn't even. It's just stuck.
Yeah, it's like literally a sticker.
That's just.
Like
I think that's just the bug. They should have it so it
it
floats with the
should
page.
move, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then let me see if they replied. If they did, then I can work on that. Um, make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like
haven't received
for
an email from them.
for Haley's website, we use HubSpot. They have a easy. You just put some JavaScript into your code, and it renders fine and does what it's supposed to do. This, I don't know. This is just like.
So, do you think it would be possible to ask ChatGPT for the code I can use to put on Wix, the chatbot?
Um,
What is the
no,
name when it?
ChatGPT wouldn't know anything about how to implement their stuff because this is like new.
Ah, I see. But not even like rendering the code. Like it's not like one line of a specific code that needs to go in along with the rest of the chat base code that would make it float, huh?
So you usually would add like a script tag to your header of your HTML, which I'm guessing is what you
Mm-hmm.
did.
That's
Uh,
what I did first.
that should be enough. I think it's just like something buggy on their end.
Okay.
Did you put it in
All
the
right.
right spot?
I mean, where you see it is where they put it. I mean,
No,
yeah.
I meant the place.
Yeah, the code.
Put it in the right spot.
Yeah. I went to, the add elements, and under that, I went to HTML
Mhm.
codes, and it had like just one option for HTML code. It wasn't very complicated.
Okay. Yeah, this just looks like it's a bug on their side. So the other option is that you can find some other. I'm thinking there's a ton of startups doing exactly this chatbots where you can tweak the prompt that you give it for what you want it to do. So
Mm.
let's see here. I can try.
I
Let me
did put in like an incredible. The chatbot is pretty super loaded. the one that I made.
I'm trying. Which
Um,
page is it on? So I can try it. See, sync together.
Suvi Society,
Suvi
and it's on
Society.
the Learn with Suvi page. I put it on the home page too, but for some reason it's not showing up there.
Okay, let me
So
see. Let me see the JavaScript. Um, so let's see where this was. You put it in the header.
did I?
I guess you just put it wherever Wix tells you to put it, right?
Yeah.
Um, Let me see if I can find it. Console. Yeah, that's like not very good. uh,
That's the code they generated, right? It has nothing to do with what I did.
no, this is like if you inserted it into the right spot, it should just work. I would doubt that this is a issue with Wix. Um,
Oh, you think so?
I doubt it's Wix. I think it's this chatbot stuff.
Chat base, right?
Okay, so I
Mm-hmm.
see the iframe. Um, Looks like you can modify the look and feel of it.
How do I
Bubble
do that? Yeah, the
Uh,
bubble is what I want.
so let me, well, we'll see if we can tweak it. Give me share my screen
Ooh, okay. This is
window.
the best part. Okay, let me make this big.
So as you can see, the icon's just like stuck in the middle of the, it's not like you can move it around or anything. So what I did was I right clicked this thing, hit inspect, which is not showing you in the screen, but you can right click it and then you'll
Yeah.
get from inspect. And then on the right side, I see this chat based message bubbles.
Uh-huh.
So maybe, let me see, how do I make iframe sticky to bottom of page? Okay, I'm gonna try this code. So if there's a position bottom, yeah, I'm not a CSS master.
Is that the code? The language?
CSS is like not really a programming language. It's more of like a description of how things should get laid out. So if
Hmm.
let me try modifying this to 200. That didn't do anything. Um, let me just append it at the end and see if it overrides everything before it. No, that didn't do anything either. So this thing could be sticky. It's not. So uh, iframe. Oh, maybe I should have been updating this here. No, it's not sticky. But it looks like you can modify like the style that it has in there. Here, get rid of this absolute stuff. So if I got rid of that, does that help? No. Why don't we have Haley try to figure this out? Let's see here.
Oh my god. Yes.
Okay, so I go to um, where is this thing? Right click.
Stuck in that one same spot. I left it.
Okay, so Wix iframe. Okay, here. So I'm gonna copy this element. I'm gonna go to Haley. Are you able to see my screen?
I can see the
You see
code.
do you see Slack?
No, I don't.
You can see I was having it write some. Oh, let me share that screen instead. Share, present, share screen. And you can also use um, Chat GPT to do this, but I have the. It's easier for me to open up Slack than jump over to Chat GPT, and I get the same.
Mm-hmm.
We're powered by Chat GPT.
So your
How?
Slack is powered by Haley, huh?
It's an app that's added to Slack. How do I
Mm.
make this iframe sticky to the bottom right of the?
I think bubble is what they call it, right?
She's thinking.
Go Haley. It's your birthday. We're gonna have a party. Like it's your birthday.
Oh,
Come
and
on.
then oh, here we
Make
go.
some
Um,
bubbles.
Sticky iframe. All right, let's see if that works. I'm skeptical that'll work, but let's try. So to make the iframe sticky to the bottom right of the website, you can CSS positioning and styling. Here's how you can achieve this. Uh, so style. Where do we put the style stuff? Yeah, I'm a back end developer, not much of a front end dev. Oh, style's over here. Okay. So
Whoa, just crossed everything out.
oh, I copied everything. That's why. Let me just copy this. Okay, let's try that again. Come on, there we go. No, it doesn't like it.
Mm. What?
Do you have the Wix? Maybe we can try it on Wix.
Okay, so I just do you want me to? How do you want to do it?
So I'll send you. Actually, you can do this outside the um, podcast, but I'll send you this code. I'll text it to you,
Okay.
and then you see if you can figure out how to use that code to get this sucker sticky.
So, so, so do I replace the whole existing code already, or is it one aspect of it that I
Well,
insert?
I think the replacement gives you, yeah, you can just put just copy that whole thing in the style to the iframe uh, in the Wix page where you can put in your own code and see if that overrides it and gets that iframe sticky in the right corner. It
So
looks
just
like,
replace
yeah, replace it.
the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, so because it looks like you can style where the iframe goes, right?
Yeah.
So you just go and say stay in the corner. Um, and then use Haley or ChatGPT or Bard or whatever LLM you want to, you know when you see the result, feed it into the chatbot, and then have it tweak. So as you see the result of what you put in, give it back to you, say, hey, now it's doing this, and then it'll give you suggestions how to improve. So you can
Oh,
get
I see.
a pretty tight feedback loop with the LLM, a large language model, to tell you what's right and wrong. Sometimes it'll tell you to do something which is wrong, but then when you tell it what the result was, it'll be like, oh, actually, I was wrong. It should have been this.
So my question is, what like to tell ChatGPT? Okay, yo, okay, I did this, and this is what it's doing. Do I just explain it in like layman English terms? Would it get
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
And it that will understand it in its own data language, huh?
yeah,
Okay, cool. So just to phrase everything you just said, um, take the code, replace it on the HTML code page of Wix, see what it does, and depending on what it does, take that new result, go back to ChatGPT and ask it to fix it or
yeah.
generate.
So either you can use the code I gave you, or you can just go and you say you take the iframe code, the code snippet that codebase, what's it called, chatbot.co,
Chat
whatever,
base.
chatbase.co gives
Mhm.
you, and you say to ChatGPT like, hey, I put this into my Wix website in the whatever that section is called, custom code
Mhm.
section.
Mhm.
And the result is that the thing is like a sticker. It's just stuck in one spot of the thing, but I really want it sticky to the bottom right corner. How would I
Mhm.
update this code snippet to get that result? So then, and if
Okay.
you have GPT-4 is a little bit better than GPT 3.5, so maybe it'll give you some a good code snippet replacement. You try that. Whatever happens, you were describe that back to ChatGPT or Haley or whatever you're using, and then you just keep trying the stuff as jest and
Okay.
describe the result. You tell it like, hey, this is what happened.
So you want ultimately I want it to stay sticky to the web page bottom left, bottom right, right?
Bottom right, yeah.
Yeah. Sticky, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's considered,
Where
it's
the
called,
web page is still scrolling, but this one just stays.
yeah.
Right? Okay. All right, I'll do that. Bottom right.
Yeah, when you're working on something that you're not an expert at, and now you can just use Chat GPT and be like the doer. Like you just do what the AI tells you, and then you give it a
Mm,
feedback, and then the
take
AI
touch.
is the one that's like guiding you through it, right? And you can even tell, the AI, when you explain things to me, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old, right?
Yeah.
In a very simple language, and from there you should be able to. Once you've done it, you should be able to do it later on without too much help. Now,
Yeah.
the problem, early when ChatGPT first came out, the problem that I saw for doing development was the fact that all the documentation of the interfaces to software get outdated pretty fast.
Mm.
So ChatGPT might recommend something to you, and you actually get around this through some. There's probably plugins that you can put into if you have the paid version. You plugins. It'll fetch the latest version of the API documentation to be able to do it. So, but the big drawback of trying to do development with a large language model was just outdated development docs. So it would give you like, give me a Python script that can do X, Y, Z, and then maybe it was doing some third-party calls to some other service, right? So like it's calling from your script out to, let's say you have a CRM HubSpot where you store all your customer data, right? Now it's going to give you the API call, the thing that's going to make the outbound call, using the 2021 version.
Mm.
But over time, they've changed it. It's been a couple of years. They've changed it.
Updated. Yeah.
Some libraries and RESTful calls, or even if you're just doing a script that is using popular libraries, like it's like, hey, I want you to generate the Fibonacci sequence. Well, that library, they changed it, and now you're on a newer version. So the code it gave you, it doesn't work.
Right.
So you have to have something where it fetches the latest stuff and then gives it to you. The way that I worked around it was, once I figured out the versions of each thing that I was using, I would go to the website, I would copy the whole documentation and feed it in. And then it would be like, okay, cool. You gave me the latest documentation about this API. Let me generate the code now using that version.
Oh. So you'd
So,
basically go right click, inspect, copy all of the documentation from there, from the website.
yeah, I mean, I could do get the source. I mean, I just highlight whatever is relevant, right? I do Control A. Like I don't spend too much time. I just get the whole website, and
Oh,
then
but like the code or the website?
the website describing how to use the code,
Huh.
right? So if you're using like Wix has been changing very frequently. So if you were trying to do some like code to modify it, you'd have to understand like what calls that ChatGPT is trying to make you do, and then what's no longer working.
Part of Wix, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to then go and say, okay, they deprecated this API, API being a application programming interface, right?
Interface, yeah.
That changed. So then you do Google or whatever, Bard or whatever, and then copy paste the new information, and then ChatGPT is smart enough to go and say, oh, thank you, you gave me updated information. Let me give you the updated code.
Oh, I see. Okay. Cool. That's good to know. So I just have to, yeah, that's how you work around it's 21 September.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
I
it would be outdated code a lot. Like things just not work because my laptop has this version of Python, or my laptop has this version of pip, or these different like libraries, right? So you just need to let ChatGPT know what you're using and then also how to use it. Same thing happens with Wix, right? You could tell it like, hey, how do I do this in Wix? And then it'll be like, oh, here's how you do it. And then the 2021 way is wrong.
right, got it.
You know,
The
and
source.
Haley has the same problem.
So how do you stay updated with that information? You just have to, like, the humans behind it have to like keep updating it. Is that how it changes the September 21st, for instance, to more
So
current?
they haven't updated that date since ChatGPT came out. Now, ChatGPT has been out for what it
Or a
came out,
year
what,
maybe?
not even a
Is it
year, less than a year, right?
less than,
So
yeah. I
maybe when
think
they come out with ChatGPT, GPT 4.5 or 5.0, it'd be a little bit newer. Maybe they'll have solved the problem. Like
mm,
Bard can get latest documents. So I actually recommend if you're trying to do something really
current.
newish, or you're trying to get like what happened yesterday's news, then use Bard. But even Bard,
Mm,
I've seen a lot of hallucinations. Like he'll just tell you, make
yeah.
sure you use it. It's just telling you nonsense.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen it with
oh,
Cloud too. Have you used Cloud? Cloud. Like
Claude,
CLAU,
yeah.
Claude. Yeah, like the French name.
So the nice thing about Claude is that they have a token window of 100,000. So
Mm,
let's say you are trying to use ChatGPT, you will hit, like if you're sending a big ass document, like let's say you're trying to update the APIs because they're out of date and the document's really big. Uh, it's going to say, oh, this is too large. So you can go to Claude, and Claude will actually do up to 100,000 tokens.
ah, that's what it does. Yeah, so I kind of, not knowing the technicalities behind it, I've kind of gone back and forth and used it together because a lot of things that I hit the wall with ChatGPT, I seem to find solutions on cloud, and I kind of like integrated into each other, not knowing what it was doing. But now that makes sense. So you just said,
Yeah, like the bar right now is GPT-4, right? Which
mm-hmm.
not gonna, I don't think it's gonna last long because all the other companies are gunning for GPT-4, and they're gonna eventually open source will overtake it as well. But at the same time, OpenAI is working on the next version, right? The next version, the next version. So they have a little bit of a lead, but I don't think that lead's gonna last too long unless they're like cranking out new versions all the time.
And so and ChatGPT is what do you call the patent when it's available for everybody to use?
Has a free
Free
tier.
use? Free, yeah. Is it that? Is that why
So you,
everybody is just
I, I pay 20 a month so I can get access to the plugins, and then
right?
before, and then also they have something called Code Interpreter for Python, so you can have it
Oh,
run Python locally inside of ChatGPT. You can't do anything where you write code and it's calling outbound, like this code is trying to call some other website.
mm-hmm.
But you can tell it like, hey, write this code and then stub out those calls. So just do a fake local thing instead of going out.
Oh. It is crazy. It's crazy. This world is so crazy. Sometimes I'm like doing all these things on my laptop, and so I'm just like, "Oh, thank you, my little sweetie pie. You're doing so much work." I'm just like,
Yeah, like things that if you're not using AI, like you're in the Stone Age and you're just gonna get
yeah,
smoked. You're gonna get smoked by anyone who is using it because I feel like I'm a copy paste monkey at this point, right? So I'm just like I maybe give the initial thing to do, and then I go and do what it tells me, and then I'm like, oh, that didn't work, and I tell it this is what happened. I'm just like the middleman, right? Like
yeah,
it's smaller than me. Um, it might hallucinate and stuff, but for the most part, it's pretty smart. Like it can also do
yeah,
logic reasoning. There was this.
yeah.
I want to share. I actually have to stop. I was going to share this benchmark that they
Oh
compared 60
no.
different LLMs and then they did different types of questions and got responses. So if you remind me for the next podcast, I'll share
Okay.
that.
What is it called?
Here, I can do it. I do need to jump off. I have a call with a possible beta tester for Haley.
Ooh, yes, go for it. That's dope.
Uh,
Okay, I don't want to keep you holding then in that case.
I got 2 minutes. I mean, it's right here. So it's this is really interesting. So if you get a chance, check it out.
Okay.
I'll put it on the
Chat.
right there at the bottom. Benchmarks@lmonitor.com. Check it out. All right, let me play us off.
All right. Can I copy this?
Which song? Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, see you next week.
See you.